Hey everybody, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. This is our Beast Tamer Bard build, episode 87. We are in Dresden, kind of running around talking to everyone. When last we left off, we had spoken to Ninio and realized that we had a bunch of options. So we're gonna kind of chat up Ninio and see what's up. Alright, so the experiment. Ninio gestures excitingly. I will need some supplies for this one. Boy, please bring me a bottle of alcohol. Any will do, and please hurry. Science can't wait. Okay. Why would you need alcohol? I already told you it's for an experiment. Hurry up and bring it to me. What kind of experiment? This will be an experiment of a personal nature. Ninio's gonna get drunk. But no less exciting for that, mark my words. Okay. Yeah, sure, fine. I have a bottle of alcohol for you. Ninio snatches the bottle out of your hands and stares at it with the covetous nature of a seasoned alcoholic. Here it is, my path to learning the true values of humanity from the perspective of the lowliest man on the street. Wow. She produces a corkscrew from her sleeve and looks at it in bafflement, then at the bottle, then at the corkscrew again. After which she handles the bottle back to you. Open it. This experiment definitely won't work if we don't open it. What the fuck? You always carry a corkscrew up your Don't be preposterous. But I am always meticulous when it comes to preparing for my experiments. I plan for every eventuality. Alright, I admit it, that's not true. But I have truly prepared for this particular experiment. Nice. Fuck it, yeah. Bottle up. Taking a huge risk with this experiment, I'm putting my reputation, my good name, and even my future on the line. With the help of this bottle, I will lower myself to the level of the average man on the street. I will try to understand the mentality of someone wholly devoid of intelligence. Damn, Ninio. That actually makes me want to, like, pop a bottle of wine. I might actually do that. Uno momento. Be right back. We're gonna drink with Ninio. Yeah, you know my priorities. Oh, nice. Yeah, this will work.
I love society.
Yeah. Alright, let's see how I enjoy this.
The wine?
Yeah. It's a white wine. Times to quote unquote treat you. Also, if it's so good, I mean. Not great. Actually, that's pretty nice, y'all. That's pretty nice. Good. Giving it back? Or do I need to go get my own glass? Okay, I was gonna say. You like that? That's pretty good.
Favorite.
I am not normally a white wine person, but that is pretty good. Takes your breath away. Alright, Ninio. We're winding up together. Odie, you're too fucking cute. Get out of here. Yeah.
Ever.
Too fucking cute. You surely know, maybe even from personal experience, that alcohol dampens mental activity and is a catalyst for stupidity. Yay! With a brain like mine, alcohol is the only way to find out how it feels to be an idiot. Wow, dear lord. Well, let's begin. With the steely resolve of a warrior going to his last battle, Ninio takes a big gulp straight from the bottle. That's disgusting. Wow. Elden Ring beat. Congratulations, my man. Awesome job. I will join you on that train in approximately, I'm gonna guess, 4.5 months. And how goes? It's going okay so far. My internet's not being complete and utter trash for now, so we'll see. After she overcomes the urge to vomit, she looks at you with teary eyes. How do you all drink this? I'm doing this for the sake of science. Another gulp. Oh, that should be enough. Ow. Am I stupid yet? Quick, ask me about something smart. What the fuck? Sure. How many arcane schools are there? 8, of course. Transmutation, abjuration, enchantment, illusion, and so on. By the way, did you know that there is one more so-called universal or common pseudo-school, and the disputes about the status of the school are capable of turning a quiet old university professor into a growling, spitting barbarian? It would appear I'm not yet drunk enough. Ninio takes another swig from the bottle. Right. It seems to be working. Now, I need to come up with an idea right now. I usually have a ton of ideas. Let's see now. Discari and Baphomet, their anti-Crusader alliance is not effective enough. They need to unite their forces on the physical level. Baphomet needs to mount Discari and ride him into battle 2-in-1. How batshit insane would it be if there was a way to cause that to happen? George Sakai, oh my. The experiment was successful. I'm definitely drunk. She takes another gulp from the bottle to further confirm her condition. So how does it feel to be drunk for the first time in your life from a scientific point of view? Terrific! Nice putting the hick on terrific. I've definitely become more stupid. More than that, I'm as dumb as a box of rocks, and right now I don't give a rat's ass about science. Wait, I think I've got it. That's how men on the street see science. They don't give a rat's ass about it. Who cares how many arcane schools were recognized by some Absalom professors? The arcane schools are over there, whereas the bottle's right here, where it belongs. Wow, I absolutely adore the sudden lush status of Ninio. Congratulations, I guess. Now what? That's it for now. This experiment was a success. Just a moment, Ninio stares at you with glazed eyes, shakes her head, and exhales loudly. When she meets your gaze again, her eyes are crystal clear. Alright, I'm fine now. What was that? What was what? A moment ago, you're drunk as a skunk, and now all of a sudden you're stone cold sober? Is that so? Ninio looks at the bottle in her hand, thoughtfully licks her lips and nods. It seems that is indeed what happened. Clearly, I decided to forget the incident entirely because I no longer need this information. Fuck me. Ninio's ability to just forget. What I need now is to write an article for the encyclopedia about the influence that alcohol has on an individual's mind. So you can just simply forget you were drunk and sober up, just like that. Can you forget that you're injured and just be not injured? I've simply blocked the deleterious. Is that the way you say that word? Deleterious.
Deleterious.
Deleterious. Nice. Okay. Cool. Effects of alcohol from my mind. To put it in basic terms, I just forgot I consumed alcohol. The mechanism is similar to the one that I used to get rid of irrelevant memories. It's not overly complicated if you know how to do it. Their abilities are amazing. What are we talking about? Happy I could help. On behalf of future generations, I formally thank you for your assistance in this momentous experiment. Right, done with that. That was entertaining, at least. Alright, Hylor, what's up? Congratulations on taking Dresden, Commander. It was a great victory, though you paid for it with much blood. Its smell still hangs in the air. I remember the smell well. The last time the air reeked like this was the most horrible day of my life. That day I nearly caught the Spinner of Nightmares. Tell me all about it! Hylor's gaze grows heavy. It was 6 months ago. 6 months ago. We got a lead where to look for her, a lonely inn along the road. We arrived disguised as travelers. I never took off the Eye of Truth for a moment. Hylor carefully takes out and wipes his magic monocle. We quickly identified her cronies, but the Spinner of Nightmares was nowhere to be found. I lost hope and gave the order to arrest the cultists. We managed it quickly and without any losses. The Spinner of Nightmares appeared on a stage where passing bards were performing. She sang a funny little children's song, and the guests of the inn went mad. Their eyes turned bloodshot, and they attacked us in a rage. They grabbed whatever came to hand and tried to kill us. Stools, forks, their bare hands, even their teeth. We were forced to defend ourselves. It was over. We were covered in blood. 31 butchered corpses lay at our feet. They wouldn't stop fighting even after their guts were dragging across the floor. The air reeked of blood, guts, and shite. Barely able to clamber out. My legs refused to walk across that slimy muck. Once I made it outside, it was only the night and the steppe, her laughter. The delighted, mocking laughter of a child who'd pulled off a prank. It arched from horizon to horizon. It echoed in my mind. I lost consciousness and fell to the ground. Hylor's story ends with a helpless sigh. The Pathfinder massages his eyes with his fingers as if trying to push away the horrific images he envisions. Man, Hylor's got a dark-ass story. Alright. I believe we have explored the rest of this area, so we can get out of here now. Go looking about other locations. And I believe our plan is to, so what's his butt? The dwarf is up here in the Half Measure Tavern. We're gonna go talk to pretty much everyone except for going in the prison, I believe, before we go do anything else. Hey, it's the playwrights. He says that since I'm good at making cookie cutters and baking molds, will be a dab hand at scenery. Take the even number lines, you take the odd ones. Oh god, even and odd syllables. Forward march! Love to dance. They're adding members of their crew, aren't they? Or am I supposed to get a choir of angels? Well, that's your problem, friendo.
I can handle it.
Abandoned building. Let us explore. Say, we gotta be careful. Don't want to get got by something.
Can't make the demons wait.
Did we explore in here?
Beautiful.
Remember. I did not like that noise, Bismuth. I did not like that noise one bit. Didn't
Let's see what we can do.
like it. Trapdoor. Yeah. Oh, this is not what I was thinking it was. I was thinking this leads into the dungeon.
Here we go.
Not it. Bismuth makes some horrendous sounds, and it bookin' trips me out. Or maybe it's Ivu, I guess. It could be Ivu.
Handle it.
IDK.
Can't make the demons wait.
Make the demons? I can make the demons wait, actually. Oop. On over here. Lan!
Beautiful.
Lan ho! Nothing going on with Lan, okay. Good to know.
What we can do.
Sha. That there's still blood in the alcohol stream. Blood in the alcohol stream. Hold up. I'm gonna say, somebody's practicing somewhere. I can hear it. Alright, Sela, what's up? Nothing. You got nothing to say.
Here we go.
Alright, into the barracks we go. Let's see if there's any loot in there. Oh, Elan's here. Of the Hound Hearts. Interesting.
I can handle it.
Guess we can talk to him while we're in here.
Can't make the demons wait.
That's kind of interesting that you can reach the door from right there. Alright, Elan. Commander, my regards. Okay, well, never mind. He does not have a lot to say. Look. Well, exploring the city is going pretty quick. There's not as many interactions as I thought that there might be with, like, individual characters and things like that. I thought we'd have maybe, like, more stuff like with Ninia, but actually not getting much in the way of those styles of interactions.
Here we go.
Brave of Staunton Vane, traitor of the Crusades. Interesting.
I can handle it.
Interesting. I do like that they just put that out there as like response to the choices that you made. The place has been sanctified. It can protect the area around it from the corruption of the Arsino. Sounds familiar. Arushale. Hey, okay, Arushale has some new dialogue. Arushale's ruby eyes stare watchfully at passerbys who don't notice her even at arm's length. She turns to you, her face a mixture of contemplation, sadness, and admiration. They're amazing, aren't they? What are you doing here? I'm watching. She nods at the city dwellers as they hurry past. I'm listening to their conversations, studying their faces, trying to understand what they truly are. Don't you think you're a little creepy? You learned anything new about mortals? They love cats? Good, that is true. Odie Bodie, isn't that true, Odie Bodie? Arushale speaks in a very serious manner, as if sharing an important scientific discovery with you, but then a moment later she smiles to give the joke away. Seriously, have your observations of humans led to anything? I wouldn't want to draw any rash conclusions. I've only been watching them for a short while, but I think I have understood one thing. The succubi have a saying, mortals always lie. If a mortal isn't talking, it means she's busy lying to herself. But now I see that isn't true. Mortals aren't liars, you're dreamers. Each of you creates a huge daydream for yourself and everyone you share your life with. It isn't exactly a lie, because the daydream is your truth. Interesting. How do you like to watch people? You know, in my old life, I thought I knew everything about them. I was a master of seduction, after all. I knew how to tempt a mortal into doing anything I required. I could trap them in a lie or lie myself and never get caught. It's disgusting to remember, but that was my life. Now I see I knew nothing. A demon warrior probably also considers himself an expert on mortals because he's killed so many of them. He certainly knows where to thrust the spear for a quick death, where to thrust it for a long and painful one. Thinks that's enough. Knowledge is of the same kind. I ruined many mortals without learning the first thing about them. Now I watch them to understand them. Won't give my victims back their lives, of course, but still, by growing closer to these mortals, it's like I'm paying back some part of my debt to my victims' memories. Okay. Seems interesting. We're being attacked by demons with unusual powers. Do you know anything about them? Arushale thinks for a long while. Finally, she answers hesitantly. Back in Alushinya... excuse me? Shinra? Shinra? I don't know. Alushinra. Alushinra. There were rumors about terrible experiments that Baphomet and Discari performed on their troops to make them stronger. Here in the material plane, those rumors were embellished with lots of details. Some say the demons undergo rituals acquired from Zon Kuthon. Zon Kuthon? Deity Zon Kuthon, also known as the Midnight Lord, the Dark Prince, the Prince of Pain, God of Darkness, Envy, Loss, and Pain, possesses one of the most twisted and evil minds in the Great Beyond. His position as God of Pain is well earned, and he has been the root of countless tortures, murders, and worse throughout time. He was once a benevolent demigod named Dao Brawl, but was corrupted when he traveled to the far dark places between the realms and returned in his current form. His half-sister, Shellen, still holds out hope that she can redeem him, though the Lord of Shadows shows no sign of remorse or compassion. Interesting. Others say they feed on the blood of angels, or clipoths, or demon lords. Still others say... What's a clipoth? Still others say that there are no experiments, and Baphomet is just bringing back fighters from the future, a future in which the demons have already taken all of Golarion. What? Baphomet's got time travel powers? What the fuck? Is there a grain of truth in any of these ramblings? No way to know. Naturally, none of these rumors give any indication of where the demons come from. Sorry, I can't help. The only thing that's clear is that the lowly fighters in the army of the Abyss are as puzzled by this as we are. Interesting. Tell me about yourself. I'm afraid you won't like what I'm going to tell you. Where did succubi come from? Do you have a childhood? No. Well, yes. In brief, the Abyss is nothing like the mortal world. Arushale makes a gesture in the air trying to find the right words. You remember life since conception. No, wait. You don't remember that part, do you? But certainly you know everything since birth. We do not. Neither do we. Normally, when a human dies, the Lady of Graves decides which plane they go to. Most often, those who arrive in the Abyss turn into larvae. The little worms no one notices until you step on them. Crawl in the mud for centuries, devouring each other. The strongest ones turn into demons. I don't know how that transformation happens. Maybe we hatch out of them like caterpillars out of butterflies. No, wait. It's the other way around. Or maybe greater demons sculpt us out of them, like so much clay. I don't know what happened to the larva that they used to make me, and my own memory. It begins with vague, fragmentary images. Terrors, executions, orgies. I remember some poor lad half gnawed by the larva. He was crying and begging to be killed. I pointed at him and laughed and said I wouldn't. So ashamed. Look. How'd you end up turning against the Abyss? Temptation. Arushale smiles sadly. Strange, isn't it? So many people believe that being good is important, but it's boring and unpleasant. And all that's enjoyable and tempting pertains to evil. Even the servants of kind gods often think that, do they not? You have no idea how easy that makes the role of a temptress. It was my great fortune to discover that it's not always like that. Arushale looks away. My last victim was a priestess of Desna, the tender of dreams. You know, demons do not sleep. Mortals always compare their greatest moments to dreams, so I decided it would be interesting to see for myself. While I was at it, give me goddess, to mock Desna. This priestess lay in my arms, dying of my kiss. I remember every smallest detail, the cold sweat on her skin, her eyes rolled back into her head, her weak whisper. It's so difficult to recount. I dove into her mind to see what mortal dreams were like. But the goddess saw me in her realm. And it turned out, I remained there far longer than I had planned. What the fuck? What did Desna do to you? As a punishment, she gave me mercy. I often think, why me? She could easily have blown me away like smoke with the flick of her finger. The gods rarely trouble themselves with the lives of mortals, and even so, less so with demons. But for reasons of her own, she paid me special attention. She awoke in me the memories of the sinners whose souls were used to create me, all those humans. I knew nothing of them until Desna showed me. Each of them had their own dreams, and a world without pity trampled each of them and placed them on a path that led to the Abyss. Their memories, their hopes and pain. I'm sorry, it's hard for me to talk about this. You see tears well up in the succubus's eyes. Arushale wipes away her tears and continues. The most important thing I realized was that every mortal is a little world of hopes and dreams. And that although I might be a succubus, I didn't have to live forever with those beastly, boring pleasures and tortures of the Abyss. I can be free. I can be myself. If only I can understand who I am. Ow! Desna calls out to the best in people. If she gave you a chance, it means that there is some good deep inside you. She saw that you were not beyond salvation. I find that hard to believe. I remember what I was back then. It shames me to remember it. It frightens me to remember it. The goddess is wise, isn't she? Wise and insightful. Among all the filth, garbage, sharp spikes, and broken bones, amidst that nightmare that was my soul, whatever demons have instead of a soul, you found a grain of goodness that, by some miracle, had gotten lost there. A treasure inside me I had no idea even existed. The demon presses her palm against her heart. It's still there. I can feel it. I must preserve it. Preserve it and cleanse myself of the remaining filth. It won't be easy, but I can do it. After all, the goddess will help me. And you will too. You don't know who you are? What of you? Do you know who you are? Are there many mortals who can make that claim? Before returning me to the mortal realm, Desna whispered something to me. I can still hear her words. She asked me, "And what do you dream of?" I don't know. I still don't. Demons are simple creatures. Arushale purses her lips. Each is guided by 2 or 3 strong sins. Before my conversion, my sins were all I was. A ball of desire without anyone behind them doing the desiring. Desires for sex, for flattery, for food. I mean, yeah, I'm down. But now I have me. It's amazing, but it's so complicated. Arushale makes an apologetic gesture and smiles. What did you do after Desna converted you? I traveled. In the beginning, I thought it wise to keep away from demons and their temptations. Run off to Absalom, or perhaps even further to another plane. But then I realized that I didn't deserve freedom yet. The abyss was still in me. It called to me, tempting me, seducing me. If I ran away, I would soon return to my old habits. Arushale forces the word from her mouth. Why I came here to join the war, to remember who my enemy is, to defeat the demons not just for the mortal world but for myself as well. Because if I don't kill my past, I'll always be reaching for me. I'm a wonderful liar. I'm no longer proud of it, but it's still true. The demons never suspected my treason until the very end. I lived as a spy and regularly reported back to the priests of Desna whatever I learned. Naturally, I concealed my identity from them as well. I would never have been caught, but when I learned that Dascari was planning an attack on Canabras, there was no time for caution. I risked everything to warn you. Paid with my freedom. Lucky you didn't pay with your life. Thank you for not running from evil, confronting it. I'm glad I did. But you know it's hard. Evil calls me back every day. When it's so close. What if one day I grow tired of fighting? Well... So do you worship Desna now? The goddess did a lot for me, more than I ever deserved. Asking anything more of her would be impudent. I'm grateful to her, but I try not to trouble her with my prayers. Alright, awesome. May I ask? Not sure I want to ask that question. Shall we be silent together? Do you like silence? I used to talk a lot before, and all of it was a lie. My words ruined so much. I like silence more now. May I ask you a personal... Ignoring that part. May I ask you a personal question, the kind of question a mortal might ask a succubus? You want to talk about sex? Arushale looks you in the eye. Ask me anything. I'll not keep secrets from you. But don't expect to hear anything light-hearted or pleasant. The kiss of a succubus is deadly, isn't it? Not just the kiss. Any caress of any kind sucks the life from mortals, and there's nothing I can do about it. Arushale touches her lips ever so slightly. For mortals, Tenderness is tenderness, and violence is violence. But I don't know what it's like to kiss and not inflict pain. I just hope my observations of mortals will help me understand. Young lovers, old spouses. Even what mortals condemn as promiscuity. To me, it all looks like something amazingly human. Wow. Thirsty much? Uh-oh. Wait. Uh-oh. Is she peeping? I mean, you don't just watch people during the day out in the street? I never touch anyone. I never harm anyone. I just watch and listen. Is that bad? Yes, it's bad. Let's just say they wouldn't be happy if they found out you were watching. Worry, they'll never find out. Don't forget, I'm a very good spy. That's not the point! Bad. Bad demon. Bad. What is sex between demons like? Everything demons do is a sort of cannibalism. Each devours mortals and other demons in their own way. Some enjoy literally tearing off pieces of flesh with their teeth. Others like to subdue and turn their prey into slaves and living tools. Some feed on others' humiliation. It comes in different forms, but the essence is always the same. Another being is an object to be used for your own pleasure. Fucking A. Demon sex doesn't differ from any other type of violence. In my former life, it was something I did to others or others did to me. Only one person ever received pleasure, not the other. You still feel desire. Arushale keeps a long silence as she searches for the right words. I see. On the one hand, my succubus nature remains with me. I feel the desire I feel is the one from my old life. When I look at an immortal, I immediately imagine how he looks away. But that feeling, that desire, it's not what mortals feel. When you like someone, you don't ponder how good it would feel to drink their soul, do you? You think about how good it would feel to be together. Together. You know how to want someone and at the same time not want to destroy them. For me, it's always one and the same. True despair rings in Arushale's voice. I'm not even talking about love, just the common mutual affection of mortals when they're not poisoned with violence. Now I know that I've never felt it. It's hard to imagine how it's even possible. Doifa doifa. That's fucking rough, mate. Alright, tell me about life in the Abyss. I can't tell you about all of the Abyss. I've only seen a small part of it. If you like, I can tell you about the Midnight Isles and Alushanira. Tell me about the Midnight Isles. And the Ocean of Ishiar. Not far from the mouth of the river Styx, there's a chain of islands. This is the realm of Nocticula. Nocticula? Nocticula is a name of a person in... Really? In Pathfinder? Wow. The demon lord of assassins, darkness, and lust. Lady Nocticula is a beautiful but deadly creature. Even demon lords aren't safe from her deadly seductions. The number of demon lords she's seduced and assassinated is formidable. Nocticula's abyssal realm consists of dozens of islands on an immense sea of still black water. The sky is always dark here, with strange stars and a disturbingly large moon in the sky above. Each of these Midnight Isles represents a demon lord or other notable entity that she's assassinated, which with each new realm or each new kill, her realm grows. The other demon lords treat Nocticula with a mixture of obsession and fear. Lamashtu's cult has taken notice of Nocticula's rising power and has increased the level of hostility with her worshippers, causing some to believe that Nocticula may be close to becoming the second demon to ascend to divinity. Interesting. Okay. There's no sun there, only a moonlit night, alternating between a moonless one. Each of the islands is one of Nocticula's trophies, the remains of a powerful entity that perished at her hands. As you can see, you cannot take a step in the abyss without treading on corpses. Tell me about Alushanira. Shinira. The Porphyry city is Nocticula's capital. There's no city like it in the mortal world. Absalom is a village in comparison. Millions, I don't exaggerate, millions of demons and mortals live there. Some come voluntarily, not only from Golarion, but other planes as well. Nocticula keeps an open boundary and enjoys having many guests, merchants, and travelers in the city. Some arrive in chains. The slave trade is the most thriving business in the city. From afar, the city may seem a merry place. Many of its dwellers do enjoy themselves, until it's their turn to become someone else's toy. It's a city of suffering, of cheerful, festive torments that everyone in the city inflicts on those around them. What are some places of interest in Alushinira? The heart of the business quarter is the flesh markets, where the slave trade takes place. I grew up in the mansion of Lady Valexia. Her house is always full of guests doing their best to entertain her. Those whose performance is not to her liking risk remaining at her house forever. The main attraction of the Succubi city is, of course, the brothels, the 10,000 delights. I need not tell you what they offer. If you can imagine it, someone is selling it. Not far from there, you can find the Harem of Ardent Dreams, which serves as a sort of city hall. Chimera, Nocticula's right hand and mayor of Alushinira, receives her visitors there. For those who prefer bloodier sport, there are many arenas in the city. The most famous of them is Battle Bliss. Battle Bliss. That's a pretty dope name for an arena. Battles run continuously, without breaks and without rules. It doesn't matter what trickery you use to win, it only matters how much fun the crowd is having. And above all of it towers the House of Silken Shadows, Nocticula's palace. Hundreds, thousands of towers and domes adorned with jewels. There are legends of what happens inside. Many have striven to experience the delights of the Succubi Queen's palace, forgetting that it was built for her pleasure, not theirs. What can you tell me about Nocticula? She's called the Lady in Shadow. They say she was the first succubus. She's far from the most powerful of the demon lords, but that hasn't kept her from being the ruin of many creatures significantly more powerful than herself, even building her kingdom upon their bones. They say that, like Lamashtu, she strives to turn herself from a demon lord into a true goddess. She enjoys killing, but her favorite tools are seduction and deception. She only stoops to crude violence when there's no other games to play, and even then she backstabs from the shadow. Her favorite weapon is a crossbow, though a silk garret would suit her better. If you should ever meet her, do not believe a word she says, and do not fall for her provocations. Do not try to beat her at her own game, and most importantly, remember, the worst mistake anyone can make is to underestimate her. Good, so just try to kill her or flee immediately. Gotcha. What do you think of the powers I gave you? It's a great temptation. I don't know if I should be trusted with such power. I certainly wouldn't trust myself with it. When you have so much power, it's easy to decide you're a god and the mortals are your toys. Perhaps I should wait until after we defeat the forces of the Abyss. But that's precisely what these powers are for. She thinks for a moment, then speaks softly. You take a great risk. I'm not sure I can handle the temptation. It's hard enough as it is. Okay, we're going to save, and we're going to talk. Take the... You know, a drop of vital energy is a small price to pay for your kiss. Don't joke like that. For me, it's not a joke at all. Oof. I don't like this line of... I assume that this is a potential, like... Most of the characters, I think, are romanceable, right? So I assume this is, like, part of the line of romancing, which I'm not really feeling, right? Yeah, I'm sorry. It wasn't meant to upset you. Just try not to tempt me. You know, it's hard for me to control myself. That being said, I kind of want to know what gets said when you... Because I see, I don't actually like some of the... trying to not sound prudish here. I kind of don't like some of the forward answers on the what seem to be like romanceable options, like with the queen. When we were talking about like the ring, when she gave us the ring for doing such a good job, and you have the option of being like, does this mean we're betrothed now? That felt like creepy to me, right? Like it feels pushy. That's the word, right? A lot of these options feel way too pushy, and I'm not a big fan of that. Not kidding. I can easily spare a bit of vital essence for the sake of a kiss. Urushile's cheeks blush faintly. Her lips open a little, and she wets them with the tip of her tongue. Sighing deeply, she answers with apparent effort. I never want to feel such pleasure again. Not with anyone, ever. If I kiss anyone, I want to be sure that the kiss brings us both pleasure, not pain. I should like to kiss someone again, but only as a mortal, not as a demon. See, I like her part of the exchange, right? Like, that's cool, that's interesting, and we're probably going to stick with it. I like her phrasing, I like getting to know more about her, but I don't like how pushy or creepy the main character comes off of, like, oh yeah, suck the life force out of me, baby. Right? Like, it feels meh. But I like her part of the conversation, so we'll stick with it.
Beautiful.
Beautiful! That's right, Ko. Just fucking beautiful. Alright, who is this person? Arsino. That sounds super familiar. A woman in gold-embroidered cleric's robes greets you with a polite bow. Her eyes, the color of molten gold, gleam brightly in her dusky face. Greetings, Commander. My name is Arsino. I'm a messenger from the Temple of Abadar in Absalom. I came here assuming the defenders of the fortress could use the services of a cleric. Nice. Sounds good. I think this is going to be a fair little bit of conversation, and we're going to save it for the next video. So, if you are watching on Twitch, stick around. We're going to keep playing. If you're watching on YouTube, I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time for more Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. Bye-bye, everybody. Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, commenting, or subscribing. It really helps me out. If you'd like to see me live, head over to my Twitch at twitch.tv/thedistanthorizon.